Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be speaking about 8th edition and I'm going to be speaking about the actual lore that's coming out of the book. This is only just going to go into it briefly for some of the stuff that has come online, since some people have actually got the books now, the lucky sods. What I'm probably going to do, once I get the book in front of me and stuff like that, I'm going to do more in detailed spoiler discussion of the actual lore and stuff, but just for now I'm just going to briefly go over some of the main points that have been coming online for people that have actually got the book. Like I just said, this will contain a lot of spoilers, so please, if you don't want to be spoiled, turn the video off right now. This is your only warning for that. So let's jump in and let's get started. So one of the big changes to actually come in 8th edition is the actual galaxy itself. When chaos exploded out of the Eye of Terror, and Cadia fell and stuff like that, it made this huge great rift that ripped the galaxy in two. If you're looking at the map now on the screen, you can actually see where this great rift is and what it's affected. But the big thing out of this is that one side of the galaxy now cannot see the Astronomican's light anymore, so they're basically cut off from the guidance of traveling via the warp. So you can't get messages to them, they can't travel, they're basically just lost. And this means that half of the Space Marine chapters that were on the other side of this great rift are basically unaccounted for. They can't get their messages out, they can travel to certain places. It's feared that most of them now have actually been destroyed. Now we don't know which chapters have been destroyed. It just says that certain chapters have been destroyed, so it's going to be interesting to see if any of the main big chapters have actually been wiped out due to this great rift and all the chaos pouring out, and they can't get reinforcements in or communicate for help and stuff like that. And of course, it's not just Space Marine chapters. Just think of like all the hive worlds, think of all the guard planets, just think of like the actual human population itself. It must be in the trillions upon trillions of people that have just died since this great rift has taken place, and chaos has just spewed out of it. So I'm actually very interested to see where they actually go with this, and see if any like main planets have fell, and like I just said before, if any like main chapters have fell because of this great rift. Now all is not lost. Apparently Gilliman has ordered Belarus Call to start making some of those Necron tech pylon stuff, so they can try and close the rift and push chaos back. We don't know how successful that is going to be if they manage to do it, so maybe there is some light at the end of the actual tunnel itself. Now the next point is that there is an assault on Terra. The Empress Palace was assaulted by a Khorne army. Now this seems very bad. So a Khorne army actually attacked Terra and assaulted the Empress Palace. I wonder how they did it. That's the first thing that comes to mind, because Terra is probably one of the most, well, if not the most guarded planet in the whole Imperium. The battle fleets above Terra itself is just insane to think about. So I'm wondering if they maybe got summoned onto Terra itself. Maybe they attack from like the core of the planet and stuff like that, because I know that's one of the weak points in Terra's defenses. There's so many catacombs down below the actual palace itself. You just can't patrol all that kind of stuff. So I wonder if they attack from the bottom and not from the actual top. But don't fear, Rebuta Gilliman took charge of the defense along with Primaris Marines, along with Custodes, and along with the Sisters of Silence, and he held it, and he destroyed those pesky heretics. Now I'm wondering, it doesn't really mention here, but I'm wondering if the Imperial Fist took part in this defense, because they have something called the Last War Protocol, and the Last War Protocol is basically when all the Imperial Fist chapters come back together and reform themselves as a legion size, and they act as one. So I'm wondering if they took part in this. I'm really going to be looking forward to reading that in a bit more detail and see if that actually took place, because if there's something I love the most, it is the Last War Protocol. Now it goes on to say here that during the Imperium's darkest hour, when all communications were cut, there were multiple sightings of the Legion of the Damned, and it says here in brackets they were sighted on Baal, Armageddon, and hundreds of more planets. So it looks like the Legion of the Damned came out of the shadows, and they helped it to defend the Imperium in any way they could, to try and defend off the chaos or whatever Xenos threats and stuff were actually attacking certain planets. So props to those guys for coming out and absolutely smashing the Chaos forces. Now moving on to actually known planets, it says here Armageddon. I'm sure everyone knows what Armageddon is. There was a mega warp storm, transforms half the planet into a demon world. So you basically have Khorne and Tzeentch fight each other so much that the orcs and humans fought side by side briefly. So the the planet's changed into this. Well, half of it's changed into like a demon world with Khorne and Tzeentch, and them two guys are fighting over dominance over who should be the main demons on that planet. While they're doing this, the humans and the orcs basically team up for briefly and start smashing Chaos. Okay, that is very interesting. Again, that's going to be something to read more in depth and get some more information on. It says here that on Armageddon, the Salamanders prevented a ritual summon of Angron back to the planet. Again, that is very, very interesting since, you know, Angron was, I think he was in the first Armageddon War, if I'm not mistaken, with the Grey Knights, and the Grey Knights lost a lot of guys killing him and sending him back to the warp. So that's got to be, again, a very interesting read once we get some more information on that. Congratulations, Salamanders. You are useful for once. Carrying on with planets, it says that Baal, this is the Blood Angels' homeworld, by the way. The Blood Angels were nearly wiped out by Leviathan's fleet, High Fleet Leviathan's fleet. It was saved by the Rift and Guilliman. And it says, expect a Khorne versus Blood Angels thing in the future. So it looks like the Rift maybe destroyed half of the Leviathan's fleet, then Guilliman turned up with Primaris Marines and whatever other stuff he had in his arsenal to assist the Blood Angels and help him destroy the remnants of Leviathan's fleet itself. It seems like Guilliman is basically Littlefinger out of Game of Thrones. He has his like transport machine which gets him across the galaxy with no problems at all to all the major battles. He's basically in every main plot at the moment, Guilliman. So yeah, he is everywhere at the moment. I think I've read a little bit more information about this, but I'd rather dedicate a full video to Baal and what happened with the Blood Angels and stuff, because there's a lot of funky stuff that happened. So look forward to a video for that into the future. It says here, Plague of Plagues, Mortarion besieges Ultramar. There's even a mention of a fight between the two brothers, which we know is basically going to happen because we have that art piece which leaked a week ago, which shows Mortarion and Guilliman squaring off against each other. So that is definitely going to happen in my eyes. Now, while all this is going on, obviously the Indominus Crusade has started by Guilliman, so we've got a lot of different strike forces led by Guilliman, and it does say here that the Imperial Fists are mentioned. So I do have hope that the Imperial Fists are going to be some of the actual main players when this when this new lore comes out. Hopefully we're not just there to be the people that everyone kills again, since that's what Imperial Fists looks like we're made for. We're basically just the 40Ks, whack-a-mole. If you need dead Space Marines, pick the Imperial Fists. We're there basically just to be killed to make other people look cool. So hopefully we'll step out as big players in 8th edition and assist Guilliman in whatever he needs to be done. It does say here there is an intermittent passage through the Great Rift, which was discovered near the Eye of Terror. And it says here, it reveals a sector owned by Chaos Imperial Knights. Holy Emperor, that's going to be scary. So there was an intermittent passage through the Great Rift, so you could navigate through there for some time. And it did reveal a sector which was owned by Chaos Imperial Knights. I think that's going to be a scary thing. You know, you actually managed to make it through the actual rift itself, only to become across these planets or this sector just owned by Chaos Imperial Knights. That would be a very, very scary situation. Now, the next thing is huge. It is absolutely huge, chaps. And I'm sure GW are sitting back in their nice leather chair, cigar in hand, smirk on their face, laughing as we tear each other apart through this new bit of, well, it's not even a big passage. It's a little small snippet of lore. And what they've done, it's on the screen now, they've basically scribbled it all out and left us to wonder what the hell is going on. And it says, the main thing it says at the bottom, the master of mankind, and then you can just make out the word dead, D-E-A-D. Now firstly, let me read the top passage. So Terror retaliates. In an effort to seize initiative, a strike force was mustered on Terror, supported by an entire army. of Adeptus, Custodes, and then that's all we have. At the bottom, it's mostly all erased. We can make out some of the top lines. So it says the Custodes, and I think 4 that says there. Then it says something something, the. Then down below we see another the, and then at the end I think that's changed. And then right at the bottom, sorry, not right at the bottom, second from the bottom we see those, and I think that is a W. So those who, and I think it means those who believe the master of mankind dead. I think that's what it's trying to end the actual sentence in. Those who believe the master of mankind dead, and that's why it's all classified, because they don't want people to believe the emperor is dead, because if he was dead, wouldn't that mean the Astronomicon would fail on the side that can actually still see the light? I am not too sure if maybe Belarus Crawl fixed it and he's got it working, but then again, if he did have it working like that, then maybe the emperor could come back to life. I really don't know. This is very, very strange. I'm very confused by this. Of course, GW have done it for their own means. They want to kick the hornet's nest up with just this little package, and I bet they're all just laughing at us at the moment while we rip our hair out, wondering what the hell is going on. But for me, I think this is the biggest piece of lore out now. Just this little, how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just these 5 bit of lines have completely turned my head upside down. And yeah, the way they've scribbled it out and put classified as well, really, it really, oh yeah, they've done a fantastic job of winding me up at least. So, yeah, that is basically the best bit of lore which I've read so far, and I can't even read it. So yeah, they've done a good job with that bit. Alright chaps, that is me done for another video. I hope you've just enjoyed this quick little insight into some of the lore. Down below in the description is one of the main sources I got it from, so please go and check it out and read it for yourself and give them a big thumbs up, since they did all the hard work. I'm still waiting on my book. Like I said at the start of the video, once I actually get the book and I actually start reading the lore, I'm going to start doing some separate lore videos and stuff with all the shenanigans which are going on in 8th edition, so look out for them. But until next time, have a great day, and I shall see you all very, very soon. See you now, and bye-bye.